Assalamu alaikum. I am Muaz Asad and you are watching Majed TV. Welcome to the 9th episode of the series The Life of Prophet Mohammed sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In this episode, we will learn about the life of Prophet Mohammed sallallahu alaihi wasallam as an orphan. We know that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born without a father. His father, Abdullah bin Mutallib, had died before he was born. Abdullah had followed a trade caravan to Syria and fallen ill on his way back to home. He stopped in Yathrib and passed away several days later. And we also learnt that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was given to Halima Sa'adiyya when he was a week old. Halima Sa'adiyya nursed and raised him until he grew into a young boy. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was raised in a village outside the city of Makkah. And while he was living in the village, several strange events occurred there. One of them was Angel Jibrail's visit to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and during this visit, Jibrail had cleansed the heart of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and because of this strange event, Halima Sa'adiyya decided to return Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to his mother Aminah. She loved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as if he was her own son. But she was worried about the safety of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. At the age of 5, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was returned to his mother Aminah. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam lived happily with his mother Aminah and grandfather Abdul Mutallib in Makkah. Abdul Mutallib tried to fill in the role of a father for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was 6 years old, Aminah decided to visit her relatives in Yathrib along with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yathrib, now known as Medina, was situated in the middle of volcanic hills in the Hijaz region about 100 miles inland from Red Sea. Aminah wanted to visit her husband's grave and her family of the Najjar tribe. She also wanted to visit the family that had cared for her late husband Abdullah in his sickness. Aminah and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam were accompanied by her helper Ayman. The three of them followed a caravan to Yathrib. They rode their camels under the hot sun and across the dry desert for 500 kilometers. After a long journey, finally they reached Yathrib. Aminah introduced Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to all of his cousins and relatives. Everyone in Yathrib was happy to finally meet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as they had heard so many stories about him. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam also enjoyed meeting his cousins, playing with them and learning to swim. During their stay in Yathrib, Aminah took Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the grave of his father Abdullah. Aminah said to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "This is the place your father is laid to rest. He was on his way back to home from Syria and had fallen ill." The tears of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam rolled down his cheeks slowly as he listened to the story of his father. Both of them started to cry. Aminah hugged Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and tried to console him by saying, "Be patient, my son. It is Allah's plan." Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was very sad that he did not have the chance to meet his father. Aminah and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam spent 1 month and it was time for them to return to Makkah. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam felt very sad that he had to leave Yathrib. He enjoyed being with his cousins and relatives. He loved the fresh and clean air of Yathrib. On the way back to Makkah, they stopped at a place called Abwa. Abwa was a village in between Makkah and Medina. During their stay there, they were hit by a sandstorm and Aminah fell sick. Aminah's illness worsened the next few days and she soon passed away. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had become an orphan. He did not have a father nor a mother anymore. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sitting next to his mother's remains and he was crying until she was finally laid to rest. Aminah's remains were laid to rest in Abwa. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had lost both of his parents. As one by one all the relatives had left, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Ayman were the only ones still at the grave of Aminah. Ayman said to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, "It's time to go for us now, Muhammad." Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam sat quietly under the hot sun. Tears continued to roll down his cheeks onto the grave of his mother Aminah. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam continued to cry at the thought of him being an orphan. He looked around and there was nobody waiting for him except Ayman. While Ayman was wiping the tears of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam was saying, "Ummu, I have lost both my father and mother. I have lost the people who protected and cared for me." Ummu's heart broke as she heard these words of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam asked Ayman, "Where shall I go now? Should I continue my journey to Makkah or return to Yathrib?" Ayman said, "Muhammad, return to your grandfather. You are the favorite grandchild of Abdul Mutallib. He loves you very much and will make sure no one would harm you." Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and Ayman continued their journey to Makkah. Upon arrival, she delivered the sad news to Abdul Mutallib. Abdul Mutallib was very sad to hear what had happened. It broke his heart when he thought about the life of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam as an orphan. Abdul Mutallib said, "Don't worry, Muhammad, I will take care of you." Abdul Mutallib was 78 years old and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam was 6 years old. Abdul Mutallib adopted him and took care of him. Abdul Mutallib loved Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam dearly and was convinced that he was destined for greatness. Please stay with us. We will continue in the next episode learning about the life of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam as youth. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment on our channel. Jazakumullahu khairan.